Okay, Andy.
Hi.
Yeah, welcome guys, welcome everyone. I'm Coach Doliak again, Coach Tanner here with us today. We are going to talk about how to build your workout. All right, we got the pandemic going on. It's November, It's November 11th right now.
Yeah.
Numbers are going up, governments are shutting down. There's probably not going to be a ton of games. So we wanted to give you guys the skills, the tools, and the confidence to be able to go out there and like plan your own workout and get some good skill development in, know you're moving in the right direction without having to hire a skills coach. And obviously sometimes we can't. So you can do all this in your own driveway. Here's what we're going to do, guys. Here's what we already have. The tools that we have available are, one, these 25 videos that we've been putting out so far. Okay, we've got shooting warm-up, we've got dribbling, we've got footwork and finishing, we've got lots of different ideas, and it can be overwhelming to look at all of these different videos and understand what to do with them. These videos are really good for being able to dial in and tell you exactly what you should be working on and giving you important points of precision and common mistakes that you want to try to avoid. Yet, making sense of it can be a little challenging. So what I'm showing you here now is a template to plan your workout, all right? On the bottom here, you see we've got the categories that we've been teaching. Shooting, footwork and finishing, dribbling, live ball moves. We've also got live dribble moves, post moves, ball handling, passing, and defense. I haven't done any videos yet for any of the things in tan. Any of the cells colored in tan, those are yet to be filmed. So I'm gonna do those eventually and get them out to you guys. We do have enough content now to get a really good workout in. So I want you guys to start doing that. Now, what I've got up top is a Monday through Sunday calendar week, and then a template that you can use to build your workout. And with each drill you might do, you have a time limit. Right now it's built in a 90-minute workout. So let's start off by just doing the same template we've had. Like, we're gonna talk about why we do this, how we do this. We're gonna talk about the points of precision for planning your workout and some common mistakes. So why we do it, we already said, like, we wanna give you guys the skills, the tools, and the confidence to build your own workout and know you're moving in the right direction, okay? How we do it is pretty simple. All we're gonna do is plug and play, plug in drills from below here into the categories above, into the days that you wanna work out. So first you have to decide how many days a week do you wanna work out? Do you wanna train twice a week? Do you wanna train 4 days a week? Okay, how long do you wanna train? Right now, I've got it set for a 90-minute workout. This would probably be an 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grader, a college guy. Younger guys, you don't wanna go 90 minutes. Dads and parents out there, moms, younger players don't need to go 90 minutes. Maybe it's 30 minutes, maybe it's 45, maybe it's 60. You guys can set that and figure out what works best for each particular kid. But we're just gonna set this now for a high school kid, okay? So in each day, we're gonna do the same skills, but we have different drills we can choose from out of those same skills. So every day we'll start with a warm-up for about 15 minutes. And it says alternate, that's because we have a shooting warm-up and we have a footwork and finishing warm-up. Anytime you train, you really wanna start with a warm-up which goes small to big, slow to fast, near to far. So these warm-ups are gonna help you do that. After you get done with that shooting warm-up or footwork and finishing warm-up, you're gonna pick a dribbling drill to do. Then we'll go back to another shooting drill. This one's color-coded purple, and if you notice down below, we've got some purple drills highlighted as well. These are not competitive drills, these are just repetition drills, but now they're focusing on a little bit of movement along with your shooting, either shooting on the move or shooting off the dribble. After you finish that 10 minutes of shooting, you'll go back and do a footwork and finishing drill, okay? Work on finishing at the rim. Now we go back to shooting. This shooting drill is going to have a little bit of conditioning in it. You notice this one's highlighted red or colored red. Down here, I haven't given you any of these drills yet, but we will soon. You can pick one of these conditioning shooting drills, which now it's designed to be 1, competitive, and 2, really get your heart rate up and have to shoot while you're working hard. After you finish that, we'll go to live ball moves, which now you're working on getting a catch and working off a live ball, making a solid move and getting to the rim. And we've got all our live ball moves you can work on. Next, we go back to a shooting drill. Right now, these shooting drills in blue, you can pick 1 or 2 of these, right? It's up to 2 because you got 15 minutes. These are stationary drills, which aren't going to get your heart rate up, but you're going to get lots of reps working on getting your shot better. And all that is reps, reps, reps at varying ranges, with varying competition level, and just ways to get lots and lots of shots. After you finish that, you'll be a little bit fresh because that's not a very challenging segment. And we'll go back to live dribble moves or post moves. So we haven't done any of those yet, but we'll get those out to you. And you would pick one of these live dribble moves or post moves and work on those, depending upon if you're a big or a small and what you need to work on for your game. In the meantime, you can go back and pick anything else you want to work on, or just shorten your workout. Keep that one out for now. And the last thing I always liked to do when I was playing was end with something fun. And these cool down shooting drills are really fun. The swish drill and stretch your range are 2 of the most fun ways to end a workout, especially to end on a high note, to see the ball go in over and over and over, which is really fun. And stretching your range is always fun too, to shoot from further and further away, but to do it in a way that you're actually building confidence and building your range. So that's kind of how the whole thing works. Points of precision would be to try to think about, 1, how often you want to train, and then making sure you're covering enough bases as you spread the workout through the week. You don't want to do the same thing over and over because it gets boring, but you don't want to spread yourself too thin either. Repeating the same drills are good because it builds repetition and you can measure and see if you're getting better. So that's kind of a feel. We're going to start here. Let's plan, Andy. Why don't we, well, first of all, before I go on, Andy, any comments, anything to add?
Yeah. This has been a great experience with Coach Doliak in spending, we've been working on it over the summer and into the fall. And one of the things that I think is important, I don't know if you want to get to this later in points of precision, Coach, but as you build your game, there's strengths, there's things I'm good at, and there's things I might not be so good at. And there's a ratio that we want to spend a lot of time actually on the things that we're good at. And, I look at the things I'm not good at. I still want to work on those things, but don't sacrifice getting better at your bread and butter stuff, trying to, expand your game too quickly. We talked a little bit about that. You want to comment on that, Coach?
I love that. That's a fantastic idea. Obviously, you want to maximize your strengths. And that's the beauty of basketball being a team sport, is a good team maximizes the strengths of each teammate and minimizes or covers up for each guy's weaknesses. And as an individual, when you're working on your skills, I'd say you want to spend 60 to 70% of your time working on your strengths and 30 to 40% of your time trying to build up your weaknesses and to become better at those things. And so that's a rough estimate. It's going to be a little bit different for each guy, but certainly don't sacrifice doing what you're good at to try to work on things that you're not as good at. And certainly as well, don't just neglect the things that you need to improve, because we can all do it.
The other thing I would say is just, Coach Doliak has, far more experience than I do in the game. I've had a little bit of experience coaching kids, 3rd grade up to 9th grade. And I would just say this to the parents, that part of the value, I think, in these videos that Coach has done is it gives you a chance as a parent to assist your son or daughter as they work on their game. Because I've seen a lot of parents that, well, I send my kid to club practice and, that's where he gets good. He goes to practice once a week. Well, coaches are going to work on a lot of team stuff and a lot of plays. It's really in the driveway that players that really are passionate about wanting to becoming good. It's really in your solo time in your driveway that you're going to build yourself into a great basketball player. So these tools will really help that. Everything Coach has done here is part of the game. If you want to send your son to lift weights, that's great. And if he wants to juggle and have basketballs and tennis balls all over the place, develop dexterity, that's great. But these things are movements that you can find in a basketball game at every level of basketball. So they're very, very valuable that way. So if you're a parent, make sure you understand that sending your son to basketball practice is one thing. But if your daughter or your son really has a passion for the process, this is going to be a big benefit to you. Other than that, I say let's hop in.
Cool. Awesome. Well said. I'm going to go back to a screen share so we can get back to it. All right. Hopefully you can see this. Andy, can you see it?
Yep.
Good. Let's assume we're going to do a 2 days a week right now. So we'll assume we got a Tuesday, Thursday workout. And I'll start on Tuesday. All right. Warm up. So I'm going to pick a warm up. I'm going to start with the shooting warm up. So I'm just going to plug this in, and one of the things that you need to think about is this is going to go much better if you've already become familiar with these drills. The time will be much better spent if you've already done these drills and if you're not trying to learn them for the first time. The more you do them, the quicker you can go through each one and the more efficient your workout will be. Next, after a shooting warm up, we're going to hit some dribbling. So I'm going to come down here to dribbling. I've taught 2 of them. For a high school kid, I would probably have them do the pound cross series. Younger kids can do the power series, power 100, power 200, but they can do pound cross as well. So pick one. We'll do pound cross today. Now we're going to go to one of these movement shooting drills. Because we're going to be working out twice, I'm going to do the movement and not the dribbling shooting. So I'll pick 4-way shooting or shots on the move. Because this is the first one, I'm going to do 4-way shooting because that's actually, you can probably do both of them. All right. But I would do 4-way shooting and then shots on the move. Okay. Next, we've got footwork and finishing. We come down here to footwork and finishing. I'm not going to do the warm up because we've already done that. We've already done shooting warm up today. I didn't put warm up. Let's finish that correctly. There we go. I don't know. We can think about what you want to work on here. Just for today to be easy, I'm going to go with finishing school because we haven't done anything else. And I'm not really thinking about this as far as what do I need to work on. I'm 43 years old. I just work on not dying right now. I'm not getting better at basketball anymore. All right. Now the next segment is going to be another shooting. This is one of the conditioning shooting drills. I used to love doing these drills. Chris Jones, who's now he's at University of Utah again. He used to take me through all this stuff every single day in the off season. And I just loved it. Celtic cut drill is one of my favorite drills of all time. And so we're going to program that in here. Celtic cut drill today. All right. Next, live ball moves. So come down to live ball moves, and we're going to start basic here. The first 3, triple threat, catch and shoot. The first 2 are really simple, and maybe even work on shot fake. All right, so catch, triple threat, and drive to the rim. Catch, triple threat, catch, and shoot. So we can pick a few of these to work on. So triple threat's always there. So I would work on catch and shoot. I would work on the sweep. And I would work on the cross. So now we've got 1 catch and shoot and then 2 drive moves, 1 going right, 1 going left. That's enough to work on for that day. As you do that, you're going to want to pick a finishing move to use as you're doing that. So the focus is working on what you're doing as you catch the ball. But then when you're getting to the rim, you're going to either shoot a straight layup, you could be shooting reverses, you could be shooting power finishes or arums or pivots. You can kind of mix in whatever you want to mix in there, just knowing that your focus is what you're doing on the catch, okay? Now we've got our blue shooting, which is kind of our stationary stuff. One of my favorite drills was always change your range, so I'm going to put that in here now. Change your range. We go and knock that out. And then come back to live dribble moves or post moves, all right? I'm 7 feet tall, so I would probably work post moves more than I would work live dribble moves.
But with that said, Coach, even if I'm a guard, you'll notice that we have a footwork and finishing, in column C is footwork and finishing. just because you're a guard, you're gonna find yourself in situations around the basket for sure. So don't think just because you're a guard you wouldn't want to do that stuff, and don't think because you're big you wouldn't want to get into some of that ball handling stuff.
Absolutely, for sure. Just because you're one or the other, you want to spend 60% of your time on your strength. So for me, that would be post moves. And so 40% of my time I'd be wanting to spend working on live dribble moves. All right. So again, we'll pick one or the other. Let's say I was picking post moves. I want to do that maybe today in 10 minutes. I'm sorry. I'd want to work drop step moves and turnaround jumpers. And there's a bunch of variations you can do out of either of those. But you spend 10 minutes, 5 minutes on the left block, 5 minutes on the right block, working a few drop step moves, working a few turnaround jumper moves, okay? And then lastly, cool down shooting. I'm gonna start with Swiss drill because I like to end the week with stretch your range. So now our workout is programmed, so you can take a little piece of paper, jot it down, and go to the gym, go to your driveway, go wherever you have a hoop, and get your workout in. Some of these drills, you'll record a score. For finishing school, nope, but Celtic cut drill, you can record a score. Live ball moves, you wouldn't. Change your range, you would not record a score. Well, you could have a time on change your range. Yeah, you would definitely have a time, so you could chart your time. And then Swiss drill, you would have a score, or you would definitely have a score. So you've got 3 drills that you're charting your progress, and the rest of them you're just working on technique. So now that's your Tuesday workout. If we go to Thursday and look to plan a workout, because we're alternating our warm up, today I'm gonna go with the footwork and finishing warm up. Okay, dribbling. Last time we did pound cross series, so this time I'm gonna go with the power series. All right, we wanna do these consistently, and week after week, if you're alternating, you're gonna be getting lots of reps at both, which is enough. Now we're gonna go to shooting, all right? We got a purple shooting. Because we did shots on the move last time, this time I'm gonna work pickup shooting and shots off the bounce. Okay, footwork and finishing. Okay, we did finishing school on Tuesday. So now I'm gonna pick one of these segments that I wanna work on, all right? Maybe it's shoulder reads. I'm gonna work shoulder reads today. So I'm gonna work a lot of reps on getting to the footwork of the power finish, the footwork and getting to that power finish and getting a great shot fake. The Arum is a great shot fake. Really work on the technique of what does a shot fake look like and try and get that muscle memory. And then add the pivot into it as well and just spend 5 minutes on each side of the rim working shoulder read finishes, okay? Now after that, we're going back to shooting. Last time we did Celtic cut drill. This time I would probably do 1 minute drills. There are 3 1-minute drills. They're all amazing. And they're super fun because they're either win or lose drills. You have a minute to complete the amount of shots, and you either get it done or you don't. And it's super gratifying when you get it done. And all 3 of them involve quite a bit of movement, so you get your heart rate up, and it's a challenging drill. All right. Next, live ball moves. We pick another live ball move to work. Last time we worked catch and shoot, sweep, and cross. So this time, maybe it's going to be shot fake, jab, and jab shake. Okay, so we'd work these fakes into our game. Shot fakes. We're going to work jabs. We're going to work on the jab shake. So on Tuesday, we worked pretty standard straight moves when the defense gives us a clear read. And now on Thursday, we're using more deception moves where we want to move the defense, get them going one way and go the other. Now we're back to shooting, the next segment. And last time we did change your range. So this time I'd probably do the Gaudette drill. This one gives you 36 reps. You keep score. It's really easy and it's really pretty straightforward, but it really grooves your shot and you can become very consistent with your shot. Gaudet drill. Maybe next week we'd go and beat the pro. All right. And then lastly, we're back to live dribble or post moves. Well, on Tuesday we did post moves. So this time I might work on my live dribble moves. All right. So maybe I'd work today. We got 10 minutes. You could work crosses between the legs and behind the back. Okay, don't need to do too much. Work on some of those moves. Maybe you're working on all of it. Maybe you just decide I want to do less reps and get more of the same, more of the whole comp. So if you're going to work less reps, maybe you do all 7. You get to the spin move, you get to in out, you get to cross, you get to those combo moves, in out cross. But for now, for me, I know that would probably be more than enough to get quite a few reps of just going straight cross in front and get to the rim and finish. Coming down, crossing between the legs, get to the rim and finish. Coming down full speed, change your speed, go behind the back, change direction, finish at the rim, okay? And then lastly here, we got cool down shooting. So we did swish drill. So we'd finish this week with stretch your range. And now our week's program. We got 2 workouts this week, 90 minutes a day, and we know we're hitting a little bit of everything. We're getting lots of shots up, lots of shooting, but we're getting a little bit of dribbling in. We're getting a little bit of footwork and finishing at the rim. We're getting a little bit of conditioning with some of those shooting drills. And we're getting a little bit of focused moves with live dribble or post moves, okay? Hopefully that gives you a picture of how you can do this. If your season shuts down and you're not getting to team practices, maybe during the season, instead of having a normal season because of the pandemic, you start programming 4 days a week, all right? Maybe you're doing 3 days a week. Whatever it is, you can now piece together something that makes sense so you're not doing the same thing over and over. You have enough variety to maintain the interest, but the variety is not so big that you're not coming back and repeating the same drills over and over, because you want to do that as well. You want reps to be able to measure progress and feel how much better you're getting. Questions? Andy, what do you think?
It's fantastic, Coach. And, I would just say, to reiterate and emphasize something you said, is how well you learn these drills is going to determine the quality of these workouts. And when I read a book, sometimes I'll read it once and say, well, that was nice, but I really didn't digest it. I would imagine with these 20 videos that are out there so far, a person would watch them more than one time to make sure they understood all the points of precision and how things work. They've been set up in a very deliberate, repeatable manner, right? We do the same type of thing every time in terms of how it's organized. So the more a person does that, and then also you can do these alone, but if you can get a buddy or a parent, if you're a parent, I like to speak to the parents a lot, because if you're a parent, I would worry much less about what happens in my son's game in 4th grade, how much playing time he got or whatever happened in the game. And I would worry much, much more and really invest in this process, because it makes it fun and you can live with the result, knowing that you did your very best to improve at something every day. And then the last thing I would say is, Coach, you mentioned this. If I send, if I send my sons over, or they want to go over, if they have a chance to play pickup ball, take that, because that's few and far between. I'd say playing pickup is even above, these drills, and then do your drills after. But play as much pickup as you can in addition to this stuff.
Absolutely. I think pickup is one of the biggest things you can do, because for a couple of reasons. One, it's just fun. And 2, it gives you an opportunity to practice these skills you're working on in a low consequence environment. It also gives you a glimpse into what skills you might want to improve. All right. So as you go, you get to do both of those things. You get to find things you need to improve on, and you get to experiment with things that you are improving on. One thing I forgot to do, Coach, was talk about the common mistakes with this programming and building your workouts. I think the biggest common mistake would be to do too much of anything. Don't beat yourself up. The goal of any good program should be to create an environment where it's safe to fail. When you're working on these skills, you're going to make mistakes. It's okay. What you want to do is focus on the points of precision and do your very best to do them right, but know that failure is going to happen and it's going to take some time to get better. Just keep working at that. And what's going to help you get better and what's going to help you get over the hump of making those mistakes is consistency. The next common mistake is not doing it consistently enough. Doing it 4 times 1 week and then taking 2 weeks off and doing another 4 weeks is not as good as doing it once every week or twice every week. Being consistent with your workouts and allowing your body to feel that improvement and your neural connections to develop in that muscle memory is what's going to create improvement. So 1, don't do too much at once, just do a little bit, but do a little bit consistently.
Fantastic. I can't think of anything more important than having fun during a process. I separate that stuff out in my mind. There's a process and then there's a result. And I know we all want great results, but if a person enjoys the process, I think the results often take care of themselves, and just have a good time and enjoy a great, weeknight out shooting the basketball in the driveway with mom and dad or with your buddy or by yourself. There's a lot of solace, and it's really relaxing to go out and shoot the basketball and work on stuff. So have fun first and foremost. Have a good time doing it.
For sure. Enjoy that process of getting better, because then when you do get a really tough win and you know how much time you put into the process, it makes it that much more gratifying and more exciting to know that your hard work paid off.